Hey, Steven here with Armed Culture, bringing you news related to the Second Amendment involving self-defense and the violent world around us, reminding you to stay prepared and always vigilant. We have here a Seattle gas station employee after shoots a man after his windows shatter. This happened back in October. Um, According to the police, the gentleman the gas station employee who was in his 50s was in his car when he noticed a man and woman panhandling and using narcotics in the parking lot. When he asked them to leave, an argument ensued. And this is where a little bit of it gets kind of fishy. Um, the employee said he didn't know. The employee heard his window break on his car, and he didn't know what it was from, but he heard the man say, "I will shoot you," believing his window had been shattered by a bullet. Um, During the argument, apparently the gas station employee says the loitering people threatened him with a gun, but then later on his window shattered, so using this he feared that there might be a gun involved, but his window shattered, so he armed himself with his own firearm, and that's when it kind of went downhill from there. The man approached the gas station clerk and gestured towards his waistband, and while lunging. Shortly after that, that's when the clerk pulled out his firearm and used it, actually striking the man in the abdomen, and that's when he called the police. After that, the man he wounded actually ended up running away. He did end up getting into surgery, but yeah, this gas station clerk, he shot another man while defending the property that he was technically working on. He thought maybe his life was in danger because his window was shattered. In here, it originally says, like in this one I'm seeing, I only see one where they mention something about the gun being mentioned before. He does, in here it says that the suspect threw a rock and then said, "I'll shoot you too." So maybe that's where the thought of, hey, there was a gun. He didn't know it was a rock. He's heard, "I'll shoot you too." I could imagine you probably tell the difference between a rock and a gun. But either way, at some point he heard the words, "I'll shoot you," and possibly the mentions of a gun, and a man lunging towards him, gesturing towards his waistband, where someone might generally carry a weapon. It did leave this, that's interesting. It said in his 50s on the other one. This one says he's 69. So this elderly store clerk or older store clerk to feel threatened, this one actually kind of surprises me. The officers kind of felt, on the side of the man, and said that if he had reasonable fear for his life, he was all within his rights to use self-defense. It's still being investigated, but there was no arrest for the store clerk. So, at least based off the plain reading of the case here, it looks like the store clerk actually prevailed and was, at least by the sounds of it, it might come out that he is indeed given plausible self-defense. Good action on this man. I mean, quick thinking, at least. He retrieved his gun quick enough to not have himself in danger, seeing the man gesturing towards himself and having already broken his window, not knowing the situation. It did sound like he was in fear of his life. It was at 6:10 in October, so it's pretty dark out up in Seattle at that time, so plausible, I would say, that he probably might not have seen whether or not the guy had a gun. But yeah, tell me what you guys' thoughts are. Get down in those comments. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you think this was a plausible shoot, or if maybe this man should have thought a little bit more about a rock hitting his window. I mean, obviously, you might not have heard a gun go off, but you hear your window shatter. I mean, maybe you didn't think about it. Sometimes, maybe you just didn't. It didn't register in your mind as quick as maybe like a second shot might. But yeah, let me know if you think this was a good shoot or a bad shoot. If you could smash that like button, it would really help me out, and subscribe to Armed Culture. My name's Steven. I'm bringing you Second Amendment news related to self-defense and the violent world happening around us, reminding you to keep your head on a swivel and always pay attention to those around you, because you never know when someone might take a jump on you. Talk to you soon.